Hi Scouts, this is going to be part 2 of accessories to go with your Hobo stove that you just made. We're going to call what they call buddy burners, and this is what it's going to be when you're done. We'll show you how to make one to get the heat source and how you're going to use it.
What kind of can edge should we use here?
Well, we found the best cans to use are the ones that fit inside. This is a blue diamond can, almonds, and once you use up the almonds, which is good, you get to use it, save it, tell mom and dad to save it for you, and you can build your buddy burner from that.
So of course we want to use a metal can. So if we
Metal cans.
A blue diamond, what else could we use for a can?
Oh, we could. There's also Utz cheese dip for chips and stuff. That's another can that also fits too. You got to use a good, strong metal can that's going to hold it, and save the lids. The lids is going to protect your buddy burning material, the wax and stuff.
And we could also probably use a small tuna can if we had to, as long as it fits in the bottom of the burner.
Can, right.
Yep. Perfect. So yeah, so let's start. We're going to show you how to make one of these things. So what I did is I got a piece of cardboard. This is from a beverage flat, and I pre-scribed the cardboard here. So what we want to make sure is that the cardboard is not taller than the can. So what we're going to do is we're going to take cardboard. We're basically going to wrap it up into the can. So we want to make sure that our cardboard is not taller than the can, so that at the end we can still put a lid on it, and the lid keeps everything clean. Once you start burning this, everything's going to get
look like
dirty. Yep. So I prescribed this, and what I have here is I have a piece of just scrap wood. This is for cutting, so then we're not cutting into our table, and I have a utility knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish these cuts here. Going to make some strips. Again, just cutting on my scrap piece of plywood here, just so that we don't damage the table. So you can do this outside on a picnic table or workbench. But again, this is just some throwaway scrap wood. So what I took here is I have a paintbrush. You could also maybe use a pencil or other small. And I found that this helped with starting to curl the cardboard. Now, when you are cutting this, see how you can see the marks in the bottom of the cardboard here. The cardboard has veins. You have to use corrugated cardboard. It has the space in between the cardboard. If you don't use corrugated cardboard, the wax won't get into it. So we're gonna start to curl our cardboard here, and you have to cut the cardboard so that you're curling the veins. Otherwise, this is going to be more complicated and harder than it looks here if you go the other way with how you cut your cardboard. So what I've done is I have about this much wrapped around the cardboard, and then I'm going to take another piece here, and I'm going to continue to wrap around, and I can get rid of the pencil or the paintbrush at this point, and I'm just continuing to curl the cardboard as much as I can. And then we're going to take another piece here.
And you try to keep it tight. You want to keep it tight so it forms and it'll fit inside your buddy burner.
So we're getting close. Maybe one more piece will do it. Yeah, and the key, like Mr. Alicia said, is to have it as tight as possible. And when you put it in the can, it is going to kind of blow up a little bit. So we're just about right. I'm able to push it into the can. See what I'm doing here? So I got it. It's as tight as I can in the center, and I'm going to push it into the can, and it is going to kind of expand and work itself out. And then what I found best is to take a little bit of the last piece of cardboard here, wrap it up, or cut it, wrap it as small as I can, and stick it in the middle here, just to give the extra little bit more cardboard. And then we want to make a wick. So we're going to cut a little bit piece that's a little bit longer, and I'm going to fold it the other way here. And I'm just going to stick this right in the middle for a wick. Okay, and the wick's going to burn off the first time. Then what we have here is we have a pot, and this is just an old pot that my troop uses, and inside is wax. So this is just candle wax. We have an old pot that we use. We take old people's candles and we basically melt the wax on a Coleman stove, pull out the string, and we make fire starters and other stuff with the troop here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of the wax here, and we're going to start to pour the wax into the stove. And what it's doing is it's going down into the crevices of the corrugated cardboard, and it's soaking in. And this is actually getting very heavy comparatively as we do this, and it's soaking in. You can see the bubbles come out as just the air is escaping from the stove as I continue to pour more liquid wax in. And you're gonna fill it up as much as you can. And as you fill it up, it's gonna get slower and slower to kind of drain down. And you don't want to put a lot in at one time because you don't want it to have too much and overflow. Especially obviously hot wax is hot, so you want to be careful when you're doing this. If you have an old pot, if your parents are throwing away an old pot that they use on the stove, that's no good. The finish is coming off. It's perfect for this sort of application here as well. So we're going to continue to fill that up, but in the meantime, Mr. Alicia here, we have a finished one, and Mr. Alicia is going to show us how the finished product works as far as lighting it and getting the stove to work.
Buddy burner is you can use for fuel inside a Hobo stove. Hobo stove we made can be used two ways. This way, you're feeding wood into it. You can put your pot, after you get it going, on top to boil your water or your meal, whatever you need to do at that time. Or using your buddy burner, you can turn it upside down with the sealed side up, and your burner is going to go over this way. And that'll be your heat source, and that'll heat up and go real good. Now we're going to show you how to light it, how we use it. Take a little bit of time here. Not official Boy Scout.
Let me
Mike, you want to try that one? Oh, wait. All right. When all else fails, we have a trusty Boy Scout matches.
Scout's always prepared, so we have our
Now, once you got to leave and give it a second for it to catch up, it'll start to heat up and the whole can will get going, and place your other can on top of it. Now you get your hood and starts getting going. Pot. And you get your pot, you start it up and give it time, and as you can see, the flame's starting to come up. It'll boil a pot of hot water for you. And less mess, less fuss, no danger of fire spreading around. Good for quick emergency use.
So thank you everybody for joining us. We hope you maybe take an opportunity to make one of these on your own and try it out with your troop. And we hope you can cook some cool meals on there. There's a lot of YouTube videos about this and the things that you can do on it. And so check that out. And again, for a couple of bucks, you can have yourself a little personal COVID-friendly cooking setup.